So what's up people and welcome to the Mission 68 discussion of Spy Family. So Mission 68 came out a couple of days ago, and as always I will leave a link to this mission that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free to the North American audience. So if you're interested, I would go take a look at it before they pull this mission back. Okay, so Mission 68. A couple of chapters ago, when all of this accusation regarding Lloyd being a spy was coming out, we predicted that there was going to be a tremendous amount of chaos, and eventually this will bring Yuri out. Well, what we find out in Mission 68 is that prediction came out to be true, but in an absolutely completely different manner. And although it's chaos, it's a chaos that you kind of expect whenever Yuri comes out as a comedy meme rather than a secret police officer. And so Mission 68 starts out with Yor, in fact, when she is in her mission, fighting this very interesting character with a steel girdle, and she defeats him. And because this is Spy Family, as sinister as any enemy would be to Garden, well, this character seems to have a very cuddly bear image on the steel girdle that she wears. So, this turns out to be a very interesting image, and it'll be interesting to see how the animators bring out a serious fight between Yor and this character while this character has that image of a bear on the girdle. But in any case, it turns out that because of this fight, Yor hurts her hands. And that's when, of course, Yuri comes out. This is all by coincidence. Yuri just happens to have some time on his hands, and because he is such a siscon, he will always spend any spare time with his dear sister. And so when he arrives at the apartment, he notices that Yor has injured her hands, and he immediately accuses Lloyd of abusing her, or at least not taking care of her. And so this begins the entire wacky story. And much of it starts when Yor and Lloyd are making dinner together. And during that time, there is a really nice, wholesome scene showing Yor telling Lloyd how much she really appreciates all his help. And of course, that doesn't bode well with Yuri. And that creates yet another conflict between Lloyd and Yuri. And in fact, that goads Yuri so much that he has to challenge Lloyd in the area of domestic skills. And so it starts out with cooking, and there's a whole amount of craziness that follows up with this scene, including yet another interesting scene between Lloyd and Yor, which only seems to come out whenever Yuri is around. And so as crazy and as stupid as Yuri is whenever he's in his sitcom meme mode, you kind of have to appreciate him coming out, because you would never see these sorts of very cute images between Yor and Lloyd had Yuri not challenged these two and goaded them to perform these sorts of acts. And so thank you, Yuri, for being such an idiot. And it continues on because Yuri finds out just how good Yor is in his domestic skills. And so we move on from cooking to other forms such as washing dishes and cleaning the apartment. And as this continues to go on, Yuri finds out that he is completely defeated no matter what he does. And of course, this doesn't bode well for Yuri's ego. And so he finally takes the last challenge, which is to go shopping. And to ensure that he can actually defeat Lloyd in this final act, he actually abuses his secret police status to get as much information as possible to optimize his ability to buy groceries. I bet his informants never expected this sort of requirement from their job. But in any case, as hard as he tries, he finds out that Lloyd is such an organized person that even with his cheats, he still gets defeated. This, of course, leaves Yuri devastated. But what we find out is that during the shopping, Yuri just happens to buy the one whistle candy that Yor enjoyed when she was younger. And this brought back the nostalgia to her, and she thanks Yuri for such a considerate act. And this, of course, then turns Yuri completely around and with a big head tells Lloyd just how easily he was able to defeat him in all of this. And the chapter ends with Lloyd, Anya, Yor, and all of the readers going, what the heck just happened? So this was a crazy chapter. And nothing really changed with regards to Yuri. Whenever he is not in his secret police mode, he is a complete idiot. And that remains the same in this chapter. So yeah, there is really nothing that progresses with regards to the overall big story. But this is one of those, once again, little stories that gives humor to this entire series. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was wacky. Once again, because it's Yuri, it's one of those things that makes you scratch your head and go WTF, at the end of the chapter. But yeah, it's Spy Family, so you gotta kind of expect that whenever Yuri comes out. So yeah, this was pretty nice. It really doesn't give any idea of what we will expect in Mission 69. So once that comes out, I'll bring out another video. And I hope you join me at that time. But this is the Mission 68 discussion for Spy Family. Thank you very much for listening. And until the next episode, happy manga reading. And as always, Jaya, nice day, everyone.